So the round 1 of Master Santiago Swiss stage is now officially over. There's been some drama that happened with the group draws and everything that has been switched up, but we're going to be talking all about the games that happened as well as previewing the games that are coming up later today even. So let's get straight in. Firstly, the first game that happened was M8 EDG. Now, it's pretty swift 2-0, despite having some close maps. EDG, Kang especially had some major performances, pretty good performances out of CB as well. But in the whole time, you can just tell that mates were the better team. But EDG had some pretty crazy individual performances as they do, but don't think I'm seeing much from them that are really convincing me that they are gonna win anything unless they have more individual pop-off performances, especially when you look at their next game, which is against T1. T1's another team that can pop off, but we'll go into that a little bit more later. On the other side, Genomate's looking very good, as I expected them to kind of pop off, get a hot start, go flawless in Swiss as well, which is my prediction I did in the Valorant pick'em side. But yeah, overall Genomates look pretty good. Bit turbulent, but I'll expect them to get better and better as time goes and they get more experience. Next game that happened is Gilai versus NRG. Now, I said the other game was kind of swift, but this was a swift, decisive game for NRG, beating out, destroying Gilai on the first map of Haven, 13-2, and then playing a closer map on Abyss, but still not quite there. For Gilai, I mean, they're playing against a tough opponent for sure. I don't have much hope in NRG, but I do think that it's a bit outclassed. Didn't have much hope for the Chinese teams coming into this tournament in the first place, so I'm not too surprised at this result. Maybe I would have thought it would be a slightly closer affair, but NRG showed up. Kiko had a huge day. Lysol tried his best on map 2, but again, not enough for XLG to get across the line. We'll do predictions later so you can see how I favor NRG against PRX, which is who they're playing next, and I don't think I'll be having much faith in Gilai. Spoiler alert. Okay, moving on to the games that happened today, for me at least. They start at 1 AM, it's currently 8 PM. Okay, the first game that happened today was G2 PRX. This did not go how I expected it to. This is the only round 1 Swiss game that I predicted wrongly. If you look here, PRX winning on the split, pretty close, but not really. G2 then got blown out on the Corroad, which is their map pick. Forsaken playing Viper, dropping 23 frags on this Corroad. Now he's only left with one agent, Gecko, to complete his agent roulette, Mastercard, or whatever he's trying to fulfill there. Yeah, pretty good game from PRX. I like what I've been seeing from them. Envy looking better and better. Their team play looking better and better. Forsaken still insane. The Vi is back in form as he is in internationals. Just very good team, very scary team, and honestly, it would be surprising if you don't see them making a deep run into playoffs as well. Alright, on the side of G2, they adapted PRX's style, but I don't think it's quite enough for them. They still have a lot of missing pieces, and I think Baby Bay in general had a bit of an off day. Fragging wise, just not looking too good. And yeah, just G2 kind of got ran over by PRX, trying to play their style, which clearly didn't work as well for G2 as it did back in Americas. But we have one more game to talk about, which is T1 and Team Liquid. Team Liquid, I predicted this game to go this way, to go Team Liquid's favor. But I did not expect it in this fashion, man. 13-8 and overtime in 15-13. I thought this would be a 2-1 victory for Liquid. I mean, T1 did almost get a map in this overtime here. Stacks kind of went a bit crazy here. Highest rated player. Wayne did pretty well. Over here, as you can see, you can talk about VFL a bit later. But it's a surprise for me that this was a 2-0. Liquid are looking pretty good. I think my predictions of them making it to the playoffs look pretty good. I think it's definitely a possibility. Nats looks pretty insane. Yeah, T1 I kinda expected this coming in, that they were gonna crumble a little bit, because they haven't really been tested too much. Even back in Pacific, even the game against RRQ was sleeping like 90% of the game. And you can see it here in the stat lines that Stacks and Izu really popped off, and Munchkin, Buzz, and Media really let everyone down. I think Munchkin, you kinda expect these performances from your IGL, but Buzz and Media, they can't be putting up numbers like this if T1 wants a shot to win this tournament. So need to see more from them individually, but and their individuals was what carried T1 to a lot of their success. So think need more that in the aspect if we want to see T1 make a deep run in this tournament. So that's all about it for the games that have happened already across the past 2 days. Now we're gonna look to the next 2 days and the games that are about to happen. So the games that are happening later tonight for me, because for some reason the start times are a bit later. They start at 2 a.m. instead of 1 a.m. my time now. Starting an hour later, PRX NRG and then Genomics Team Liquid. These are qualifying games. Whoever wins the games goes through. Whoever loses them waits to play the winner of the next 2 games. We're gonna talk about it more later. Gonna look at what I predict a bit later on. But quickly on these matches, I think PRX NRG is a very good game. Interesting to see. The last 2 trophy lifters, PRX, Masters Toronto, and NRG more recently champs, Paris. Very interesting to see how this goes. Currently, with how they are looking, I am gonna lean towards PRX in this game, but we'll save that out for the predictions. As for Genomics Liquid, regional matchup, but I don't think we've seen Genomics play Liquid, have we? Let's quickly have a look. Yeah, not this year. Genomics have not played Liquid this year, but last year's Choking Mates did beat Liquid in 2-1 fashion, as you just saw earlier. So I do think that this would be a test for Mates. Liquid with their weirdness and how they just get past and win games. We'll see. We'll see how Mates do. And looking at the other 2 games, we have Edward T1. T1 needs to get informed individually, and EDG, Kang, and CB actually are both heating up. So maybe there's a close game there to be had. Don't really feel strongly on either of those teams making it past that game really. One of the teams will win, but I don't think they can get past that game after that. And the other game, Gilai G2, feeling pretty okay for G2. I think Gilai is a okay team for them to fight and regain their balance and come back stronger and hopefully win the next game to get into playoffs. Now, enough chatting. Let's get straight into pick'ems. So far, these are the pick'ems I've done. Looking pretty good. 3 of the 4 teams that I've predicted to make it through Swiss have made it into 1-0. And the 4th team didn't make it, of course, because PRX played G2, so it was never gonna be all 4 correct for now. But looking at this, pretty good round 1 predictions as well. Genomics beating EDG, NRG beating Gilai, Team Liquid beating T1, which I think not a lot of people had. But yeah, the only one I got wrong was G2 being PRX. Had hope for G2 and what they were cooking, but they didn't look too hot earlier today, so it's fine. I feel like they can still definitely make it to the playoffs, especially with their game next to coming up against Gilai. But let's start right here with PRX NRG. As I alluded to earlier, I think PRX is in slightly hotter form than NRG are, so I'm just gonna lock in PRX for this one. As for Genomics Liquid, I'm gonna stick to my guns, and I think that Genomics will be a flawless team into playoffs, going 2-0. So I'm gonna lock in Genomics for this one. Form invalid. Okay, it's fine. I'll worry about that later. As for EDG and T versus T1, I think T1 have 1 game in them. I think Buzz and Meteor won't be as bad as they were in their game against Liquid, so I feel like they'll come back and they'll have enough power to get past EDG, enough firepower to get past EDG, because EDG don't look very inspiring strats wise, so I think T1 about the same, but I feel like they have more firepower in general. And as for the other game, I think it's pretty easy. I'm going G2 over Xilai. Again, not feeling huge, not feeling great about these China teams, but maybe they can prove me wrong. I hope they prove me wrong. Okay, form invalid, but it's fine. We're gonna lock these in later on off camera, and let's take a look at VFL first. As you can see, better than TMV and Sideshow. Currently, Jing on 7 points, Starkzo on 7 points as well. Leaf letting me down on 3 points, but I have a feeling he's gonna come back stronger later on, so I'm not too worried about that. Wayne doing pretty good on 10 points, Devi on 11, pretty good as well. Mini getting 12 points, and since I IG out him, he's giving me 24 points, so doing really good. I'm pretty happy with this. 62 points currently. Let's look at the leaderboard. Find me. 1.7k around there, and let's have a look at the talent leaderboard, how we stack up against some of these quote-unquote Valorant knowers. Good. I'm outranking like everyone on this. I'm tied with the first place with a dev right now, Artemis. The streamers, I'm beating all these streamers. They're all frauds. Yeah, these guys, they don't know ball. Alright? I'm gonna get cocky and post about my team for now while I'm ahead, so hey, let me have my moment of glory and just quickly look at player stats right now. Let's see who has the most points per game. Kiko, Forsaken, Purple actually did really well. Martin as well, Mini, yep, Stacks. No, some pretty good names, but we'll have to see how this tournament progresses. There's still quite a few games to go for Swiss stage. Now, that's about it for the round 1 games that I kind of have to drop a quick update on today. I'll see you guys after the round 2 games conclude, and we'll get two teams eliminated and 2 teams through to the playoffs. So I'll see you in 2 days time. Goodbye.